Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another Ball Logic podcast. You got me, Flanders, here tonight, and we also have the Mattrix here with me on a Tuesday night, mate. Oh, we got a mic check there, I hear. Loud and clear.
Yeah, got a mic check. Look, yeah, good. Mix away. So, yeah, the mice will play. I got knocked out of basketball last week, so it should be my grand final if I could shoot the ball. So, I can't.
Mate, get better, no ball. There's plenty of ways I could insult you, but I'm not here to do that tonight. I'm here to talk NBA basketball, and we have a limited game run this week, especially for early on in the week. So for all those that aren't familiar out there at the moment, we are currently in the NBA Cup. And as part of that, we are going to be very games limited for the early part of this week. And in general, most leagues for fantasy, you are only going to have, probably somewhere in the realms of, 20 guys, 25 at best playing games this week. So something to bear in mind of picking up your waiver guys this week will very much be a key thing to do to keep you in the running for winning your leagues this week. Mate, I reckon we're just going to dive straight in and do the recap of what went on today. And if I can find the right button to press here, we'll go again. Oh, mate. I didn't like this game when I looked at it on the schedule. But when I seen Sacramento versus Indiana, I couldn't have said yuck so much. And some of the stat lines you've seen out here did sort of epitomize that. We had all offense. We did like a bit of defense aside from one J Huff. But I'll talk about the Sacramento Kings here, mate. And have you heard of this Russell Westbrook guy? I hear he knows how to play basketball.
I think he was pretty good about 10 years ago, but hey, still getting triple dubs, still doing good shit, still giving people shit on the sidelines. I mean, I don't really know what's going on, like why he's in Sacramento, but hey, we are where we are.
Yeah, for him not having a contract come almost the start of the season, to dropping 24, 12, and 14 today with 2 steals and a block, playing 40 minutes in just a 4-quarter game, so 48 minutes. He played over 40 of them. We also had out here on that side of the fence, Zach LaVine, 16, 2, and 3 with a steal. Owners will be okay with that, 2 threes. DeMar DeRozan chugging along pretty well, all things considered, 25 and 3 with a steal, 50% from the field, and pretty good from the line, 4 or 5. Keegan Murray, 8, 11, and 2. Quite nice there, but was inefficient, 3 of 11. And that pretty much epitomizes that side there. Aside from quite a notable option off the bench here in Precious Achiuwa, 11, 5, and 2 assists, which doesn't wow you, but the 2 steals and the 2 blocks really does get you a bit excited for something this guy can produce out here. That's really what went on that side of the ball. Mate, what went on for the Indiana Pacers?
Phil did his normal thing. Actually, he usually probably scores better, to be honest. 23, 5, and 4. J Huff, 8, 7, and 2, with the 4 blocks there. Andrew Nemhard cooked, 28 and 12. Got him off waivers a week or so ago, so I'm pretty stoked to have him part of my team. I don't really want to talk about too much on the bench, but Benedict Mathurin had one of those games that he has where he scores, and 25 and 6. Yeah, not too bad. I actually bet on Maxime Reynaud rebounds today, and if he got those extra probably 5 minutes, would have got me over the line for the 10 rebounds. Yeah, you probably just need 28 minutes from a center to honestly one of these guys.
Yeah, just having enough chances is the key thing there, mate. We are going to head over to Minneapolis over here, where the Suns proved that maybe they actually are doing a little bit of something out here, and they rolled the Minnesota Timberwolves 108 to 105. From the Minnesota side of the ball, well, from the Phoenix side of the ball, I'll talk about. We had just a lot of general contributors. We have notably no Devin Booker and obviously no Jalen Green, no shocks there, but Devin is still out at the moment. So it was pretty much just, if you had told me at the start of the year there was going to be no Devin Booker and no Jalen Green, I was going to wonder who they were actually going to field. But we ended up with a pretty reasonable, suite of guys out here. Mark Williams, 22, 7 and 3. Grayson Allen, 12, 3 and 4 with the 2 steals. Colin Gillespie, a name that no one was mentioning, before in preseason, 19, 6 and 4 with a block. And Dylan Brooks, 18 points there. They just sort of scored by committee there. Iguodaro, 10 points off the bench. All in all, it was actually just a pretty nice, all well-rounded game by the Phoenix Suns with no, big name star in Jalen Green or Devin Booker.
Love to see what he's been doing out there. He's rosterable. Honestly, he's probably rosterable when back as well. But I've just sort of been riding that wave. It's so interesting that I was doing Minnesota a couple nights ago, and we talked about Jaden McDaniels just absolutely cooking. This is a bit more what we're used to seeing him, 4, 6 and 3. But yeah, when Anthony Edwards is taking 21 shots, shooting having a 40 piece with 9 rebounds and absolutely cooking, it doesn't leave a lot for everyone else. But there was 21 points from Randall. There was 30 minutes from Naz Reid with the 6 and 9. But honestly, Anthony Edwards is the guy in Minnesota, and probably needed a third guy to step up, to be honest.
Yeah, definitely. Something to look at from the minutes side of things here. We did get 39 out of Jaden McDaniels and 37 out of Julius Randle, on top of the 30 from Naz Reid. Rudy Gobert only had the 21. He got ejected early in the third for a shove on Mark Williams as he was going for a dunk. And flagrant 2 and got him punched out of the they did not want him on that court. I'm surprised Mark Williams didn't turn around and throw hands with Rudy Gobert, and it wouldn't be the first time somebody's wanted to do that with him either, and probably deserved to, because he's a criminal offender. So, other than that pretty much wraps up that side of the ball there. We're going to head over to the Spurs and the Pelicans. And over here, mate, I'll leave you to talk about the Pels, but I'm gonna take on the San Antonio Spurs here. And we obviously had Stephon Castle make his way back today from injury. 23 minutes for him, so obviously minutes monitored. 18, 5 and 5 there. 5 of 15 shooting, so plenty of shots up in his 23 minutes there. Harrison Barnes led all scorers with 24, 2 and 1. 60% from the field, 4 triples out there. Pretty quiet game from De'Aaron Fox, 14, 4 and 7. Just the 1 steal there. Only putting up the 11 shots as well. So pretty underwhelming for his owners there. And interesting to see how he sort of fits in with Stephon Castle. And then obviously when the usage comes back in with Wemby back as well, how they mix the usage across the game will be quite interesting to see. But Dylan Harper off the bench as well with the 22, 3 and 6. Really good from the field for a rookie. 10 of 16 with 1 3-pointer there. Julian Champagny was nice. 17, 6, 3 and 2 steals there. That's about it. Kelly Olynyk got some burn in some reasonable minutes. So good to see for him that he's proving he can get some minutes at some point.
Probably thought that they were going to do the Pels a bit easier than this, but the Pelicans were good. And I enjoyed what I saw. I was excited to see Derek Queen, 33, 10 and 10. He was unreal. And 4 blocks. This was the best game of his career so far. Monstered Luke Cornett, who had a bit of a stinker. But they just didn't have the burn for him. And Eves Messi, they just kind of sat him to let Derek Queen cook. He's higher on the pecking order than him. My boy Sadiq Bey, 17 and 6. Trey Murphy, 32, 3 and 4. That seems to be a stat line that we just see all the time with 2 steals and a block in the 31 minutes from Jose Alvarado. That kind of feels like the real point guard out there. Jeremiah Fears wasn't having the best game. So Jose Alvarado stood up and they were right in this one. And I actually thought the Pels were going to win this.
Yeah, they were in it for far longer than they should have been. And credit to the guys. I remember watching while I was on my lunch break, and they were down by about 20 So for them to come back to make it tight and make it close at the end there, big shout out to Derek Queen for that there. He is one of 3 guys under the age of 21 to have had a triple-double. Him, Wemby, and there was one other that I cannot remember for the life of me there. But that is quite a nice, interesting stat, and it shows how invested the Pels are in him, and notably so considering how much they gave up for him. But he's actually living up to the height and playing to his speed, which is, I think, something pretty notable for him. Is there anyone that really stood out for you aside from that there, mate? They pretty much ran their starters, and that's about it. Bryce McGowan's doesn't really tickle my fancy, but 8-2, 23 minutes. And I reckon I've got you there, mate. We're missing you, I think. But yeah, you're on mute, mate. We're having haywire tonight. We're pulling together everything. We're getting there.
Yeah, I wasn't like I said, like the boys are saying, solid backups tonight, but where's Horse and Braino? I'm sorry if there's the 18, and I know that you're watching inferior sport in AFL, man. But if there's an A team, I'm it. You've got it now. So.
Yeah, I'm on the other side of the court here, mate.
Yeah, I'm on the other side of the court here, mate. So I'm going to tell you that you don't know what we're looking at.
Yeah. Well, I mean, sure. Follow it fairly well, the old numbers. So
that's good to hear, mate. We will head into the games for
tomorrow.
Have a look at them. So tomorrow we only have the 2-game slate.
Yep. Take us through it. I'm gonna try and fix that feedback.
That's all right, mate. Tomorrow we have the Raptors versus the Knicks, mate, and we have some streamers for you guys to have a look at. I'm a big fan of the Jamal Shed show out there in Toronto. He comes in, he does a lot of what people like. He gets you a lot of assists. He gets some threes for you as well. I've streamed him in many, many times. I'm a bit disappointed because he's actually on waivers in a lot of my leagues at the moment, but he is somebody I am very big on to get in. It will also get you a fair few steals as well there. On the season, he's averaging 5 assists and 1.2 steals. His last 3 games, he's had 2 steals in them, 5 in the one before, and 4 in the one before that. The next guy I want to talk about is Deuce McBride out there for New York there. He has been in the starting lineup a recent, and he's proving that he enjoys it out there, and he's getting the burn, which I think a lot of us coming into the season weren't thinking that was going to be the case. He's big fan of Deuce McBride there. He has been out injured, so do just check to see if he's going to be available tomorrow. But big fan of that there. He's dropping big points in those games as well. The next guy is as well, if you're looking for to stream in boards, there is never a better option than Mitchell Robinson, adding in the 8.4 boards on average per game this season, with many, many games here in double digits. I love streaming him in. He doesn't really hurt you anywhere either. He doesn't shoot enough shots to really hurt. Even then, he shoots them pretty accurately. He doesn't get to the line often enough. He's had 2 games where he shot more than 2 free throws. So he doesn't shoot them well, but he doesn't shoot them very often either. Can also get up there and clean the glass a bit and get you a block or a steal here or there. So big fan of looking at that there. After that, you will be looking at the Orlando Magic versus the Miami Heat. One of the guys I am big to look out for is going to be the Anthony Black show out there. He has been putting on a fair bit of a show of recent times. I'll pull up some numbers on him for you. He's missing in a lot of my leagues, but he's just under 30% rostered here, 29%. In his last outing, 14, 11, and 4. In the one before that, it was 13, 8, and 6 with the 2 steals. On the season, he's averaging 13.2, 4 boards, 3 assists, and 1.3 steals. So he will help pick up some steals for you there. He will pick up some points as well, which can be very, very difficult on these short weeks to get. Have we got you there, Mattrix?
Yeah, you might have to insert me, though. I'm trying to do it on my phone now.
That's all right. I do have you here, mate. You are hanging out in the background. There you are, mate. We got your pretty face back.
We need it. You got the
we will
filters
talk
on?
a bit. Oh, of course, mate. I knew you were here. I preloaded them earlier for you. Another guy that I'm going to be ice creaming a bit, and I don't know if you jump on this, Matrix. Goga Batadze.
Yeah,
you streamed him much this year?
Yeah, I haven't yet, but good source of blocks. It's only because Wendell Carter Jr. I've actually found in some of my leagues still available. Because he's been underwhelming, which makes him, and I just keep wanting the starter because he gets more minutes. But honestly, Wendell Carter Jr. Couldn't block a hallway if my kids tried to get past him. So yeah, Goga Batadze is there for that defense, whereas Wendell seems to get that offense. If you need those blocks, look, Goga's good.
Yeah, for sure. I'm a big Goga fan. He'll pick up some boards. He's not going to get you points, so if that's what you're chasing, lean away. But yeah, good source of blocks, and they can be a bit limited at times, and he's pretty reliable at getting them. That's probably one of the things when you're getting streamers is reliability of them getting what you stream them in for. Of his last 6 games, he's picked up a block in every single one of them. He missed the game before that, and it's only about 3 or 4 games so far this season. He hasn't picked up a block. So if you stream it in to get it, you're going to get it out of him. Someone that is looking to be probable for tomorrow and was out last game is one Davion Mitchell, proving that is the guy they want to have handling the rock out there. He is currently bang on 30% rostered in Yahoo leagues at the moment. He expects to play Tuesday, but he may have been dropped in some of your leagues with him not playing the last game. But he is an elite source of assists as well out here, averaging 7.8 on the season and 9.7 points with 1.3 steals. Matrix, if Mitchell's on your wire, are you grabbing him?
Yeah, and it's probably not so much. I mean, of course, it depends on Davion's availability, but it's a lot tied to Tyler Hero's availability. So he's been in and out. Looks like he might miss another couple. Davion has to be rostered. Look, Tyler's probably the guy they want handling the ball. And Davion just facilitates, makes Norman Powell better because he doesn't take as many shots. Makes Khalil Ware when he's in the starting lineup really good as well. Look, I like Davion Mitchell for those sorts of assists and steals. Look, he's not going to score the rock a lot, but he does impact the game. And yeah, Davion, you're looking to boost your assists. It's pretty hard to find assists outside of Vince Williams Jr. and Davion on waivers. It's pretty brutal.
It really is, mate. It's not that good at all out there. To get the assist, they're just one of the hardest stats to clean up on. Looking through here of all guys, all assists, we're getting pretty thin before you get to guys that are actually low rostered. Like you're talking the likes of Isaiah Collier, Jamal Shed, Alonzo Ball, Trey Jones. They're the sort of names that you're looking at. Dennis Schroeder might be out there on some wires, but when you're looking at guys that can get it for you, it's just such a hard stat to get good, large quantities of. And he's proven that he's getting the minutes. And for a lot of people, we were concerned about what was he going to look like when Tyler Hero returned, and was Tyler Hero going to have that playmaking role and run the offense? But they are running so much through Davion Mitchell. So, a big fan of that. Mate, we do have a couple of questions in the chat here. So first one goes to our Punters Club president, Kizza. Long-time listener, that is correct. First-time commenter, that's a fat lie. I've had to deal with your shit for many times. How do you unpunt wins? It's by deleting whichever Yahoo, ESPN, or Fantrax you're using, and just delete it, mate. That's my best option. You got any advice for our Punters Club president?
That all I do is win. So yeah, I have a real issue with this as well, mate.
Yep. Yeah. I just get good, learn ball. And we're hearing that you do support the A team in the Broncos.
Yeah, I just get ball. I mean, it was a long 20 years between drinks there. But yeah, no, we finally got one over the line. So.
For you up north, mate, you'll be very, very happy that you guys are just keeping every single form of ball sport cup that you could get up there between the women's, the AFL, the NRL, mate. It's all just hanging out with you guys up there. So you'll be very happy to have it all there.
Dirty on North's WAFL. I actually heard of a guy that put $100 on every Queensland for like 160 grand. He needed the Brisbane Lions women to win, and they lost.
You would want to cry over that, mate. Yeah, that would be absolutely painful, mate. I suppose probably before we wrap up the show, mate, I'm going to put you on the spot here. Who is your favorite streaming guy of the year so far that you just seen to stream more often than not?
Injuries in Memphis, probably Vince Williams Jr. He's just one.
Yep.
Every time I have a look and I just need assists, I do just seem to pick him up. Always seems to, honestly, for whatever reason, he's always there when I need assists. Just sitting there, and averages like 7.3 assists for the year. He's had games where he's had 17 assists, and helped me win the week. So yeah, Vince Williams Jr.
Yeah, without a doubt, there is not a wrong answer with having that guy as your number one guy. I think for me, I've streamed him in far too often. I've been a big Jamal Shed guy. He has made his way into my lineup many, many times to get the assists and to get the steals there. The other guy that I've found I'm a big fan of is Moussa Diabate as well out there at Charlotte. Charlotte play on a fair few low volume games typically as well. And yeah, I've been able to get him in for some boards, and he's getting the minutes out there, splitting him with Ryan Corkbrenner as well. So yeah, it's doing pretty well. I'm a big fan of that. From over the ditch for us here, we have Scorched Earth from New Zealand. He's now being converted to an NBA fan for doing okay Supercoach. I'm glad Supercoach was able to bring it here because they have brought in plenty more fans for the Australian guys, and New Zealand obviously here with Scorched Earth. But I think doing Supercoach has opened it up to so many people, and whether you've been a casual fan that's far more committed this year or just even stepped in as a casual fan and started watching guys like us, or just enjoying NBA, we're a big fan of it, and I think it's great for the Supercoach community and the NBA community to have more like this and showing the world what we do over here.
More traditional.
I think we're losing you a bit at the moment there, mate. On that note, we have covered off all the questions we got in the chat here. We appreciate everybody here whacking your questions in the chat there. If you have any more questions, guys, you can find both Mattrix and I in the AFL, in the NBA WhatsApp. So come over, join the Patreon, come see us and chat with us. It's less than $10 a month. Come over, join the Patreon, and chat with us here. Appreciate you guys coming to join. And that's been us. You've been listening to another Ball Logic podcast.